YouTube, man. What's good? It's your boy Swain, and I'm back with another video. And today I want to talk about, today's video topic is going to be over what's taking you so long, bro. Why are you waiting so long to get into shape? And I want you all to take this video as a warning, right? As a wake-up call, especially my younger guys. You know, you're 19, 20 years old. I want you to listen to this video because a lot of you all are about to make some mistakes in your life that are going to cause you a great ordeal of stress. And what I'm hoping to do is to stop that before it gets there. Now, I'm speaking from experience, guys. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm 32 years old, but I spent the majority of my 20s partying, drinking, smoking weed, chasing women, and being in the club and hanging out with dudes who were losers for the most part and really had nothing going on, man. And I honestly didn't wake up until I turned about 26, 27 years old. And that's when I started to adopt a more healthier life, a more fit life, being diligent about going to the gym and being consistent and really, focusing on changing my body, because I knew that changing my body was just the beginning of other changes happening in life, guys. You ever heard the term mind, body, and soul? It's all connected. When you can change the mind, then you'll change the body. And once the body starts to change, the soul starts to change, meaning that your intentions and your desires and your way of life will change and everything will transcend, right? So not only will you want, and I've talked about this before, not only will you want to go hard in the gym, you're going to want to go hard in life. You're going to want to go hard financially. You want to go hard on your glow up, with your physical appearance, with everything. You're going to want to take that same approach of building. So now you've went from a guy who was just a sedentary fucking loser, drinking and smoking and partying and chasing women, to a guy who's trying to build in every facet of life simultaneously, right? So at the end, in the long term, you will fare out much better. Unfortunately, what society teaches men, and what I really do not like, bro, is that we have been programmed to think that in our 20s, we should chase women and live it up and drink liquor and smoke weed and go out to all these clubs. Although I do believe that you should experience those things to a degree. However, it shouldn't consume most of your 20s. Now, here's why I say that. And this is why I say men are waiting too long to get into shape. I want to take the conversation back to that. Sometimes I'll get into a rant, start talking about all types of shit. But when you're in your 20s, your testosterone levels is the highest that it will ever be. And you want to use that time to build as much as you fucking can, right? That way you're further along in your 30s, right? And now you can even further set a even better foundation for yourself. So later in life, you are more fulfilled. And what a lot of us do, and this is why men, we typically, blossom later, in my opinion, or we have a much more difficult life than we really would have to had we been more focused in our 20s. Now, some people will argue that, hey, it's life, you're young, you're supposed to do that shit. But what about the guys who don't do it? What about the guys who are focused and who were laser focused in their 20s, and understood the importance of building? And I'm hoping that this video could be seen by some young guy, right? Who's like, damn, I'm right at that age and I'm glad I saw this video because now I can be focused on the right path. I wasn't thinking this way in my 20s, bro. I wasn't thinking build muscle, because I understand that when I build muscle, it's going to basically change my mindset. And once my mindset changes, then I'm going to want to do different things. I'm going to be hanging around different caliber of people. And I find it interesting that when you go to the gym and you have conversation with guys who are consistently in the gym and working on their physiques versus the conversations you have with men who you frequent with at the club, is greatly different, bro. It's so fucking different. The mindset is so different. These are two different caliber of guys. You have a guy who spends his weekends partying and staying up late and drinking and smoking weed, and then you have a small percentage of guys who's not indulging in that, but he's waking up at 5 a.m. You got one group of guys going to bed at 5 a.m. because they were out drinking and smoking all night. And then you got another group of guys who are waking up at 5 a.m. and they were doing their cardio. They were hitting the gym, right? They were connecting with guys who were talking about business plans and things like that. And all of that basically stems from the mindset. So the sooner you get it, the better your life is going to play out. The more opportunity that you're going to have. Which brings me to my next point. You know, men who are in shape, I'm telling you guys, when you are in shape, the world responds to you so much different. I remember when I was about 22, 23 years old, I was not in shape. My physique didn't look like shit. I was just a really skinny guy with abs. I always had a naturally lean physique. However, it was not shapely. My clothes didn't fit me right. My legs were fucking, skinny as shit. Chicken leg, bad body guy. Like, I did not have a great shape physique when I was younger, bro. But I had a homie who had an amazing physique because, for one, he played football. And I will say, like I said, the younger you are, and as a man, and when you start focusing on building your physique early, you typically have a better physique later in life because your foundation has been laid through compound lifts. And usually guys who wrestle and play football, they have to lift weights. It's a requirement. I played basketball. It wasn't really a requirement for me to lift weights. We did have weight training, but it wasn't a requirement. But it was required that I ran and was conditioned physically as far as like my wind and running, which is probably why my metabolism is fast as it is, and all those sorts of things, which is why I was probably always naturally lean. If you look at guys who play football and wrestle, they typically have a better foundation for muscle building. But anyways, my homie had a really great physique, bro, at a young age. And I remember we would go out and I would see how women would respond to him. I would see how the respect he got from other male, peers, and the way that the world just opened up for him. Doors seem to always be open because, believe it or not, guys, looks do fucking matter. And we live in a world where vanity is a priority. Whether you believe it or not, we are human beings, which means that we have vain ways, and we are going to want to appeal to those vain desires, the desires of vanity. We're going to want to appeal to them. People the first thing people are going to see is the way you look, right? The way you look is the first thing people are going to see. That's the way people are going to judge you. That's the way they're going to decide how they approach you, how they view you, what they offer you, and what they may not offer you. And what I will say is that although you have people who believe in all these moral beliefs, and they have this moral system of, it's all about what's on the inside, it's bullshit. That's an excuse to be lazy, to not change your outer, because changing your outer is fucking hard. That's why most men are out of shape and have man boobs and shit like that, because they don't want to put in the work to build that fucking physique. But I am telling you, when you do, the world responds to you differently. Women will respond to you differently. Your friends will respond to you differently. Even your fucking children are going to have a different sense of respect for you. My daughter always feels like I can protect the shit out of her because she sees me as a strong male model. She always says, "Daddy, you're so strong. My daddy has muscles. Daddy, I love the way you just work out all the time." See, she's a little girl, but one day she's going to grow up and be a woman. And guess what she's going to want to desire? A man who's diligent and about the way he takes care of himself, right? And which will more than likely put her in a place to where she's able to date a man who's going to have a fulfilled life, because he's already laid the foundation of hard work, which is one of the greatest benefits that comes from fitness, which is why I don't understand why guys are waiting so long to get into shape, because you're missing out on so much opportunity. You're leaving so much confidence on the table, guys. And confidence literally comes from the relationship we build with our inner self, bro. Because all confidence really is you setting a goal and you sticking to your word with yourself. And over a period of time, you're going to be confident in yourself because you know all the goals you have set and you met them. You're going to walk different. You're going to talk different. You're going to feel different. The energy that you exude is going to be fucking different, bro. Literally, fitness will spark so much change in your life. And it will help you with a more masculine aura. And what I can't understand is why so many men are leaving that opportunity on the table, all because they're lazy. You're lazy, and not to say that you can't change at 35 or at 40 years old, but it's going to be a lot harder because you have so many different variables that are going to be a factor when it comes to your fitness as you get older. Like most guys, when they're 35, 40 years old, they got a family. A lot of guys are married. They have responsibility. They have a career. They have work. So getting to the gym is a lot harder. And what I will say is that it's much harder to build than it is to maintain. So why not build that foundation now so that later on you're just maintaining something that you have built earlier on, and you built it to be solid and long lasting. It's just a much more greater quality of life when you're in shape as a man. And I wish more men would understand that. And I see so many guys who are only 32 years old with beer bellies, man boobs, grossly out of shape. And you're making it a lot harder for you to attract beautiful women and quality women, guys. Women like men who are in shape for two reasons. It's aesthetically pleasing, and secondly, she knows that this man has some level of discipline, some level of responsibility, right? And they feel safe with you, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Not to say that you can whoop everybody's ass because you're in fucking shape, but what I'm saying is that it's an unspoken language. Being in shape is an unspoken language, and I wish more men would learn to adopt this, guys. I'm telling you, it will significantly change your life. So if you are a young guy, you must understand that in your 20s, right, you should be focused on building. And I mean building in every facet of life. Mind, body, and soul is all connected, bro. Building your physique, building your bank accounts, building a greater network, a greater circle of valuable men. And you're going to meet these guys in the gym. I am telling you right now, most of the relationships that I have with my male peers came from or were born in the gym. Because I met these guys in the gym. We were consistently going to the gym. We were working out. We were talking. We were sharing ideas and basically manifesting what we want to become. And now all of those connects that I were making all of those years are coming together, right? You know, I'm just glad that I learned this shit early. It might have been 25 actually, I think, not 27. It was about 25 because that's when I broke up. Had a bad breakup with a chick that I really cared about, bro. And you know, when men break up, you know what they say, we go to the gym. In a lot of cases we do, because you know, I told you, a woman will show you who you really are, bro. You know, I'm not religious, but the Bible always says a man that finds a woman finds a good thing. And you know, I told you, a lot of women think that we find a good thing just because she's a woman, but you find a good thing because she's so true to her nature that depending on the type of man you are, her nature will expose you, right? And that shit hurts when you really realize you are a fucking loser. So guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna do everything in your power to change that if you are a man who's willing to answer the call. And I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to create a video that's going to give you value, bro. That's going to help you understand the importance of working out. Not only is it beneficial for look maxing, which is probably gonna be the next video I do, a video on look maxing and why looks matter. But not only is it going to help you in that area, it's going to help you mentally, bro. It's going to change the way you walk, talk, think, who you are. The confidence that it gives you is just unfucking believable, man. It's nothing like taking off your clothes and looking in the mirror and literally loving what's looking back at you, bro. Versus you trying to add fake confidence by buying designer clothes, having a nice car, flexing money on the gram, flexing things on the gram. Because when you can possess things that money cannot buy, it makes you so much more valuable. It's separation from the competition amongst other men. And it also gives you longevity, bro. So listen, man. And there's one more point I want to touch on. Not that when you're older you can't change your physique, but you're going to need a little bit of help, though. I'm going to be real with you the longer you wait. And the help I'm talking about is PEDs. And you could build a very, very great physique while you're young because your testosterone levels are high enough where you will have an anabolic response. You understand what I'm saying? I think I might do a whole separate video on that. So I'm gonna leave that there, but just a little free gem or bonus right there for the end of the video. If you made it this far, bro, you would build a much more solid physique the younger you are without the help of all the extra shit that you would have to take in order to fight against all of the other variables that or obstacles that you will face in life the older you get as a man, like work, cortisol levels, balancing being a family man, having children, going to work, working on your side business. Where's all this energy going to come from? right? So you're going to have to do something to change that, right? And this is why guys get on TRT and get testosterone replacement therapy, because their levels are so low. They don't have the desire to go build muscle. Not only do they not have the desire, they're not going to get the proper stimulus from weight training because their testosterone levels are very low, guys. And you know, I want to do a video on that, right? This video just sparked two more topics that I'm going to bring to you all, and I think will be a great video to build off of this video right here. But like I said, man, what are you waiting for? You're taking entirely too long to get into shape. If you are a young guy, start right now. And if you are an older guy, still start right now. Just know that the battle will be a lot harder, okay? But that's pretty much it for the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, guys. And I would love to hear what you all think about this video. If you have any video topics that you want me to do, leave them in the comments, man. Until next time, bro. Peace.